In our last module, we talked about abiotic factors, which were basically physical characteristics like temperature, amount of light, pH. So what we're going to talk about now are measuring biotic factors, so things that have to do with the living parts of the ecosystem. The four things that we're going to talk about are how to identify organisms. Once we've identified, finding how many they are, how to estimate the abundance. Once we have a number, we can estimate the biomass of each trophic level in a community, and then from that we can calculate diversity. So this module is just going to take a look at identifying organisms, and then our next class period we'll practice with some of these methods. To identify organisms, we need some sort of key. The first one is a dichotomous key, which is what you see in this diagram. Dichotomous means branching into two parts. So you can see it's a diagram, and once you identify what's in a box, then you go one of two ways. So based on its possible characteristics. So for example, you have an insect. Does it have wings? Yes or no? If it has large wings, you go this way. If it has small or no wings, you go this way. And you keep going with your choices until you reach what the organism is. And we're going to do this in class. We're going to head out in the courtyard and identify some trees with a dichotomous key. Alright, the second thing is a paired statement key. So this one doesn't have pictures, but a lot of times it's more accurate. It's called a paired statement because it is a pair of statements. So looking at this one with beans, says if the bean is round, it's garbanzo. If it's oblong, go to step 2. And so at each of the stages, one will lead you to identifying an organism, and the other will send you to another pair of statements. And you continue on until you identify what your organism is. Here's another example over here in identifying types of fish, and you can see what the characteristics are. And we're going to do a little bit of practice with this. You'll actually be writing your own paired statement keys to identify some spiders. And so we'll take a look at both of those in our next class period.